Hello, and welcome back to Slow English, the channel where you learn English through simple, real stories. Today's story is called The First Day. This is an A2 level story. The words are simple, the sentences are short, and I will speak slowly and clearly. The story is about a young man called Ryan. Today is his first day at university. He does not know anyone. He does not know where anything is, and he is very, very nervous. Let's find out what happens. Are you ready? Let's begin. Ryan woke up at 7 o'clock on a Monday morning. For a moment, he just lay in bed and stared at the ceiling. Then he remembered. Today was the day. His first day at Greenfield University. He had moved into his student room 3 days ago. The room was small, a single bed, a wooden desk, a narrow wardrobe, and a window that looked out onto the car park. Not very exciting. But it was his own space, and he was slowly getting used to it. He got up, had a shower, and got dressed. He put on his dark jeans and a plain white t-shirt. Then he looked in the mirror. He changed into a blue shirt instead. Then he changed back to the white t-shirt. It doesn't matter, he said to himself. Nobody knows me. Nobody cares. He picked up his new backpack, still stiff and unused, and put his notebook, his pens, and his student ID card inside. He looked at his timetable on his phone. His first lecture was at 9 o'clock. Introduction to Business Studies. Room C14. Main building. He had no idea where the main building was. He left his room at 8:15 and stepped outside into the cool morning air. The university campus was large and confusing. There were many buildings, all with different letters and numbers. Block A, Block B, Block C, the science wing, the library, the student union. Ryan walked slowly, reading the signs, trying to find his way. After 10 minutes, he was completely lost. He stopped and looked around. Students were walking past in every direction, most of them looking at their phones or talking to friends. Nobody seemed lost. Everybody seemed to know exactly where they were going. Ryan felt very alone. Then he saw a girl standing beside a map on the wall. She was also frowning at it. She had short red hair and was carrying a large folder under one arm. Ryan walked over slowly. Ryan, excuse me, sorry to bother you. Do you know where the main building is? The girl looked at him. Then she looked back at the map. Girl, I'm actually trying to find the same thing. I think it's this way. She pointed to the left. The sign says Block C is over there, and I think the main building is next to it. Ryan, okay, I'll try that. Thank you. Girl, are you a first year? Ryan, yes, business studies. You? Girl, psychology, first year too. She smiled. I'm Sophie, by the way. Ryan, nice to meet you. Sophie, are you going to the main building now? Ryan, yes, I have a lecture at 9. Sophie, me too. Let's get lost together. Ryan laughed for the first time that morning. They found the main building at 8:50, just 10 minutes before the lecture. It was a large grey building with glass doors and a notice board outside covered in posters and flyers. Ryan pushed open the door and they walked inside. The corridor was busy with students. Ryan checked his phone again. Room C14. They found it at the end of the corridor. Ryan pushed open the door and looked inside. The lecture hall was big, bigger than any classroom he had ever been in. There were rows and rows of seats, all facing a large screen and a whiteboard at the front. About 60 students were already sitting down, some talking, some on their phones, some just sitting quietly and looking nervous. Like Ryan. He and Sophie found 2 seats near the middle. Sophie. Do you want to sit together? Ryan. Yes, please. They sat down. Ryan took out his notebook and a pen. He looked around the room. Everyone looked older than him. Everyone looked more confident. At exactly 9 o'clock, the door opened and a tall woman walked in. She had short grey hair and wore a dark green jacket. She placed her bag on the desk at the front and looked out at the students with calm, friendly eyes. Lecturer. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Introduction to Business Studies. My name is Professor Allen. I'm very glad you're all here. The room went quiet. Ryan sat up straight and opened his notebook to the first page. The lecture lasted 1 hour. Professor Allen talked about what the course would cover: economics, marketing, management, and finance. She gave everyone a course booklet and told them to read the first chapter before next week. Ryan wrote everything down. His hand moved quickly across the notebook. He didn't want to miss anything. When the lecture finished, students began standing up and putting on their coats. Sophie. So, what did you think? Ryan. It was good. A lot of information, but good. Sophie. I know. My hand is tired from writing. She shook her hand dramatically. Ryan laughed. They walked out of the lecture hall together. Ryan. Do you have another lecture today? Sophie. Yes, at 2 o'clock. Introduction to Psychology. What about you? Ryan. Nothing until 1. I have a free morning. Sophie. Have you found the student cafe yet? Ryan. No, I haven't found anything yet. Sophie. It's in the student union building. I walked past it yesterday. It looked really nice. Big sofas, good coffee. Want to go? Ryan thought for a moment. 3 hours ago, he had been lying in his room, staring at the ceiling, dreading this day. Ryan. Yes, absolutely. The student union building was warm and busy. The cafe was on the ground floor, a large open room with wooden tables, colourful chairs, and big windows. Students sat in groups, some studying, some laughing, some just sitting with their coffee and looking out of the window. Music played softly in the background. Ryan and Sophie joined the queue. Barista. Hi there. What can I get you? Sophie. Can I have a flat white, please? Barista. Of course. And for you? Ryan. A hot chocolate, please. Large. Barista. Great. Names. Sophie. Ryan. Barista. Coming right up. They found a table by the window and sat down. Outside, students were crossing the campus in the bright morning sun. Sophie. So, where are you from, Ryan? Ryan. Leeds. You? Sophie. Bristol. It's my first time living away from home. Ryan. Mine too. It's a bit strange, isn't it? Sophie. Very strange. Last night I called my mum 3 times. Ryan laughed. I called mine twice. The barista called their names. Ryan went to collect the drinks. He came back and set the hot chocolate in front of him. He wrapped both hands around the warm cup. Outside, the sun was getting brighter. Students walked past the window, backpacks on, coffee in hand, heading to their next lecture or their next adventure. Ryan looked around the cafe, at Sophie talking about her course, at the other students, all new, all finding their way. He thought, maybe this wasn't so scary after all. That evening, Ryan sat at his desk and opened his course booklet. He read the first 2 pages. Then he made a cup of tea and read 2 more. At 9 o'clock, his phone buzzed. It was a message from Sophie. Hey, there's a first-year meet-up tomorrow evening at the Student Union. 7 p.m. Want to come? Ryan smiled. He typed back, yes, definitely. See you there. He put his phone face down on the desk and looked out of his small window. The car park was quiet now. The sky was dark blue and a few stars were beginning to appear. It had been a good day. Not perfect, not easy, but good. And tomorrow, he thought, would be even better. And that is the end of today's story. The first day. I hope you enjoyed it. University vocabulary is very useful. Words like lecture, campus, timetable, student union, and course booklet are all real words that students use every day. And remember, everyone feels nervous on their first day. Even the people who look confident. That is completely normal. If you enjoyed this story, please subscribe and click the notification bell. A new story every week. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you next time.